Friday afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 4. Hi there, I'm Courtney Friel.
And I'm Cree Winter in for Samantha Cortese. We begin with breaking news. A verdict has been reached in the trial of Rebecca Grossman, the socialite accused of killing two young boys in a hit-and-run crash.
Let's take a live picture outside the courthouse in Van Nuys. That's where the verdict is being read right now. However, no cameras are allowed inside. We do have a reporter inside the courtroom watching all the developments for us. So as soon as we know the verdict, we, of course, will bring that right to you. Grossman was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence and was going faster than 70 miles per hour when she struck and killed two brothers. Jacob and Mark Iskander died in a marked crosswalk in Westlake Village. According to testimony from the boy's mother, Mark's body was thrown 254 feet, but Grossman's attorney says it was her one-time boyfriend, former Dodger pitcher Scott Erickson, who really was the one who hit the boys. Grossman is facing 2 charges of second-degree murder and vehicular manslaughter.
And now to developing news near Fresno. That's where authorities are investigating a head-on crash that left 8 men dead, most of them farm workers. The violent collision happened around 6:30 this morning in a rural area of Madera County. The CHP says a pickup driver crossed lanes and crashed into a van carrying farm workers who were headed to work. The pickup driver and 7 men inside the van were killed. Officials say most of the victims were not wearing seatbelts at the time. The lone survivor in the van is reportedly hospitalized with major injuries, but is expected to survive.
In other news at 4 o'clock, a confrontation between LA County deputies and a man allegedly armed with a knife turns deadly, and now an investigation is underway. The confrontation happened just before 7 a.m. near Palmdale. Witnesses say deputies were attempting to detain a man at a gas station on Longview Road at Pearl Blossom Highway in the town of Pearl Blossom, and that's when witnesses say the man charged at the officers who then opened fire. That man was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead, and no deputies were hurt in the incident.
Today, the family of a man shot and killed by an LAPD officer announced legal action against the city. Police say Jason McConney charged at officers during an encounter in downtown LA. The 36-year-old was holding a plastic fork that officers say they thought was a weapon. McConney's brother says Jason may have been suffering from a mental health episode.
The loss of any family member is hard. The loss of a little brother and son is incredibly difficult, and the fact that it was at the hands of an LAPD officer makes it harder.
To your left. Hold on right there.
These are the images the public has seen of Jason McConney when LAPD officer fatally shot during an altercation back on February 3rd. But this is how McConney's older brother, Michael, says he should be remembered as a free spirit, a man who loved life, a UCLA college graduate who recently began driving for Uber, and not as a person who posed a threat to police that day. The family's attorney just served a claim for damages. They're seeking millions against the city of Los Angeles.
Hold on right there.
It's hard to look at that video and think it was justified to fatally shoot a man under these circumstances, especially when you have 7 police officers dealing with the man with the plastic fork.
Excessive and unjustified. That's how the family's attorney described the shooting in downtown Los Angeles inside a commercial building. Recently released police body cam footage, just video clips, not the entire recording, which officials have not yet publicly released, shows McConney holding an object in his hand as he moves towards officers. McConney was holding a fork. Authorities believe it was a knife. An LAPD officer fired that fatal shot, alleging McConney would not comply with their orders and tried grabbing one of their weapons. Michael McConney says his brother struggled with mental health issues and may have been off his meds at the time.
There's millions of Americans who suffer from mental health. My brother had a loving, supporting family, and he had access to mental health resources, but it doesn't stop those episodes from happening.
The family's attorney is demanding the LAPD release video of the entire altercation, which they say will prove McConney was not a threat that day and that officers should have used non-lethal force. It's still unclear what McConney was doing that day in the downtown area. His brother said he may have been driving for Uber at the time and was in the middle of another mental health episode. We did reach out to the LAPD, but they're not commenting on the claim at this time.
Elsewhere, crews have started building a fence initial funding for the fence. Another $3 million will be needed for fire safety upgrades and to remove the graffiti. LA City Councilman Kevin DeLeon says the city will send the bill then to the developer. DeLeon says a search is underway for another developer to take over and finish the property.
A new mudslide has closed lanes on parts of Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu. Sky 5 was overhead just before noon today, showing the backup on the 20,200 block of PCH. That's just west of Big Rock. And at one point, all lanes had reopened, but ground movement continues. So authorities say expect intermittent lane closures and the delays that come with them. And this is just one of many slides affecting traffic in the area since the last round of storms cleared this week.
It's nice they can live in Malibu, but that is always the fancy thing. Getting stuck on PCH
Indeed.
because of situations like that.
Or living in a house but in front of one of those cliffs, thinking like, oh, is this gonna be it?
Yes.
No, it's to be ready.
Better to be way up and see the beach from afar, right?
Yeah, at least you can
If you
surf
can.
surf down it, I guess. Hey, we have a really beautiful weekend ahead of that rain event that is coming here on the Tuesday. Our high today was 76 degrees. We just blew the average out of the water. We are a full 8 degrees warmer than we were yesterday. We were right at average yesterday, and you can see back in 1954, our high was 90 degrees, nothing like that. But this really surprised as far as our predictions go, because yesterday we were really anticipating only being probably around 72, 73 for Los Angeles, and now to be almost at 80 degrees for this time of year is